we need to think of a new advert for freebets.com.
Get your best betting offers from freebets.com.
Yeah, that'll do.
The following deals are now live.
Yes, bro.
This is Lewis Hart for Boxing Social in association with Empire Fight Store, ready to fight and Forged Irish Stout. Delighted to be joined with Sam Jones on a nice Saturday afternoon. I suppose I'm delighted to be with you, mate, but it's not really a Zoom that I wanted to be doing. Delivering the news that Tyson Fury is out of his clash with Oleksandr Usyk about 2 weeks from camp, 2 weeks from the fight, I suppose. Gutted to hear this, I can imagine, as you are as well.
I think everyone in boxing is gutted to hear it, but look, this is what happens in boxing. This is what happens in boxing. I mean, you do see some ridiculous things. I mean, I get accused, right? I'm an AJ fanboy. And then when I say that Tyson Fury is like, how this happened, oh, you're a Fury defense league. No, I'm just not a fucking idiot. Like he's not going to be 2 weeks away from the biggest payday of his life. And just think, do you know what? I'm going to cook myself. I'm going to get into really good shape. I'm going to hire nutritionists, bring my strength conditioning coaches, my coach, numerous sparring partners, flying him over to Saudi Arabia to think I'm going to cook myself.
Yeah.
That's not Tyson Fury. I've known Tyson a very, very long time. He is many things, but he isn't going to cut himself to avoid a fight. So it just happens. This is boxing. That's life. It's just a shame that it's 2 weeks before the biggest fight in the world.
Where do you like when it comes to these claims from Fury, where he's got cut? There's video evidence of it. There's photo evidence from it. But obviously, you saw Igis Klimas's comments yesterday. I think he was not too pleased by it. And Krasix today was like saying it was God's message for you to retire, or sort of implying it. Where does this come from when it comes to Fury? Because I think he got a little bit of it.
They're frustrated. Look, because sorry.
That's right.
Because Tyson is a bit of a character where he will say something and then he won't follow it up. Does that make sense?
Yeah,
like he will. I want to fight Anthony Joshua, and then 3 days later, I don't want to fight Anthony Joshua. He's a bodybuilder. So when Tyson says that, people, the wider public will think, well, what's he saying that for? Oh, is he ducked this or that? But the bottom line is, he hasn't ducked this fight at all. He's just been cut in sparring. It's very unfortunate, and I don't think there'll be any interim fights. I think Turki Al Sheikh will reschedule it, and we'll get the fight on, and that's the bottom line.
What did you make of the video and the image that came out of the cut? Like, it seems
it looked like an elbow.
It looked like an elbow.
It looked like an elbow. Open face, elbow. It happens.
Yeah, definitely. And I suppose when you see that cut, I mean, when do you think would be the right time that they could jump back into a fight?
It looks like a good 3 month worth of a heel. Yeah. So, I don't know, June the fight. But I remember when I was in camp with Linares like years ago, and he was always insistent on sparring partners Vaseline their elbows and Vaseline their forearms and Vaseline their gloves. So listen, whether Tyson's camp done that, but he was always insisting on it to prevent cuts and that type of stuff. So yeah, I don't know. It's a freak incident that people need to stop looking so far into. Oh, he said this about David Haye. Yeah, he said that when he was about 22 years old, immature. And David Haye, to be fair, did have a history of pulling out of fights, a real history of pulling out of fights. So look, we are where we are. The fight will get rescheduled, and that's just this is just boxing.
This may sound like in theory a stupid question, but is there a benefit for Fury that he's got now even more time to prepare for Usyk? And because I suppose people would say there were people saying about the camp not going great. So is there sort of benefits of it?
Listen, I've heard complete opposite. I've heard he was flying in the gym. I've heard he was completely flying in the gym. So No, it doesn't benefit Tyson, doesn't benefit Usyk. They're both getting 4 months older by the time the next fight's on.
Yeah,
So, no.
in the decision to pull the whole card, obviously we had
Yeah,
Brady's
because
versus a disappointing one though, because obviously
yeah, it
undercard are
is. But
missing out.
again, this is what happens. Like, you don't look what they've done with the promo and stuff. They're not going to waste all that and then put on an event that's a good event, but nobody, with the greatest of respect, the wider audience don't want to tune in to watch the Opetayas, the Cordinas against Kakachis. They want to see the main event. And those great fights, the Cordinas and Kakachis and Opetayas, Brady's, they complement such a great event. So I expect the whole event to be pushed to another date, and all of those fights on that card to be pushed on. This is life. This is boxing.
That's completely fair enough. Sam, I did want to ask you about questions regarding your stable. Josh Taylor versus Jack Catterall, a fight that everyone's wanted to see. Looks like it's edging ever closer now.
Yeah.
Sort
Who
of
told you
excited.
that?
No, I don't know. Just I just heard it, mate. I just heard it.
Okay.
But excited to potentially get this one over the line,
Yeah.
and a massive fight for the fans.
Yeah, look, I've worked my bollocks off for months to get this fight on. So if it happens next, then fantastic. The fans are going to get a great fight, an all British fight in the UK. So yeah.
And when it comes to this fight, in terms of how big it is a big fight, but do you still think it is as big, even though by the time it comes around, I mean, it's been 2 years since their first fight?
Yeah. You see it when the boys when the boys see each other, they hate each other. That's not an exaggeration either. Hate's a strong word. They hate each other. So this is what we need in British boxing.
And I suppose just to sort of end this off, looking forward to an exciting year for your stable. Did see Dan Towd linked up with Dave
massive.
Caldwell.
I've got some great fights signed up. Mark Dickinson going to Japan for the prize fighter, big underdog in that, but I expect him to shock people. Dan Towd linked up with Dave Caldwell. He's going to be active. Cameron Vong, I've just locked in 2 fights for him. He's fighting next week, and then we've got a great fight for him the fight after, pushing him at a good pace. Yeah, I can't wait, mate. I really can't.
Well, Sam, just want to say good to join a nice quick one for you. I'm glad you squeezed me in. Appreciate it as always, mate. And yeah, hopefully look forward to a couple more Zooms in 2024, mate. Top man.
Nice one, bro. Cheers.
Cheers, mate.